Good day, everyone. This is Polly Needles, and welcome to DDO Players News, where we take a look at lasers and DDO and on the tabletop. And please welcome my co-host from Ravenloft, Dracula.
Hey now, everybody. How's it going?
Hello there, Drac. How are things going in Ravenloft right now?
I'm currently fighting with some wind elementals.
Ooh, it makes it hard for your bats to fly.
It does. It makes it hard to do lots of things. So I'm not sure who ordered the wind elementals to come in, but you can recall them now. I get it.
All right.
Whatever I did, I'm sorry.
Maybe it was just the Indiana Kite Society.
Little too heavy of winds to fly a kite, but I mean, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Someone wanted to do some sailing on Lake Michigan. But
I see. Now that makes that could be the case right there.
Let's go and see what the news is in DDO, where it looks like we have an update preview, an update 53.2 preview number 1, where it looks like they are getting ready for some pre-ordering.
Yes, this includes the stuff that you will get when you pre-order the upcoming expansion pack, Isle of Dread. No word yet on when the pre-orders will go up, but we were talking before the show. I would venture a guess, if I were a betting man, to say when update 53.2 launches, you'll be able to pre-order the expansion. Just saying. This does include the Tabaxi race and the Tabaxi iconic. We will talk about that in a second. There's a lot of other stuff in this as well. This preview, if you're listening to the show live right now, is still going. If you're listening to this in the future, because timey-wimey stuff, you missed it. But I'm sure there'll be another preview for this. As I said, there's a lot of bug fixes, stuff like that. We're not really going to talk about that stuff because this is just the first pass. Some of the stuff may change. It's Lamania. Don't want to confuse people. People are going to hear this and then they're going to go on the game and like, hey, this isn't fixed. You said it was fixed. So we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about some of the other upcoming changes that they are previewing. Once again, if you're hearing my words right now, Lamania only. This was in the Lamania build, the preview, not on live. When you release from a dungeon while you are dead, you are going to be brought back at 20 hit points instead of 1 hit point.
Well, I guess that it's a 20 times improvement, but
yeah, I mean, it'll make when you get your points back at the tavern a little quicker, I guess. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why they did this. That's kind of a weird change, but okay.
Well, yes, I guess when you are at the tavern,
well, yeah, because
feel like it creeps.
Sometimes it does. Yeah, it can take. Yeah, it depends what food you eat too. Some foods are a little quicker, but yeah, it's can totally do that. So there you go. So that should come to live when this goes live. But once again, Lamania only here. Also, hovering over your Epic Destiny points is now going to display a context-sensitive tooltip that reports your breakdown of points. So that's kind of cool if you want to exactly see where all your Epic Destiny points are and what's going on. It's going to make it a little easier for you to see, so that's pretty cool. The LFM UI difficulty display element, that sounds fancy, has been adjusted to be more vertically centered.
Vertically centered.
Okay. Once again, fancy. If you hover over a weapon, hovering over a weapon, I should say, now factors in the improved critical feat. So that's kind of good. If you actually want to see how your feats are coming in, you can actually see it on the weapon now. The character sheet is getting some minor visual upgrades in the layout. It's going to show your total level instead of your total action points. Thank you for that. Several text and bounding box inconsistencies have been fixed. That's involving bad element placement. The saves label is now saving throws and is in the proper font. Guess I didn't realize it was in the improper font, but okay. And the BAB box is now lined up correctly. Your character sheet will no longer show the epic class in its class breakdown. And when someone requests to join your LFM, you will now see their total level in parentheses and then their class breakdown, which is no longer going to include the epic class levels. So it's going to have their name, their level, and their classes would like to join your party. So that's kind of cool too. One of the biggest thing that I know people were excited about, once again, Lamania only for now, there is a new gameplay option. It is called Force Heals to Self. When you target undead, if it's on false, nothing is going to change. If you change that toggle to true, when you have an enemy undead targeted and you do any positive healing actions to the undead, it's going to be cast on yourself instead of the undead.
Okay.
That's awesome because that will make it so much easier. You'll be able to like do quicker heals on yourself that way because you can just target the undead, do a positive healing. Oh, hey, it's going to come to me instead of him. I like that. That's nice. A lot of people were excited about that. So that's just a little bit of the stuff. The main thing of this Lomania was to show off the Tabaxi, of course, which is the new race that is coming in. If you're not familiar with what a Tabaxi is, it's a cat person.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way to put it. It's a cat person. So this, once again, was up on Lamania. You listening to this live, you still got time to jump in real quick, if you're listening to the recorded version of this. Sorry, Charlie, you're out of luck. The Tabaxi, and then the iconic is the Tabaxi Trailblazer. The Tabaxi's base stats, you get +2 to Dex, and your starting feat is Feline Agility. After you stand still for 6 seconds, when you move again, you get a +30 action boost to your movement speed for 6 seconds. The racial past lives will get you +1 to tumble, +1 dexterity, and +1 racial AP. Then you can go over the show notes and take a look at the tree. We're not going to go into it because, once again, this is on the Mania, so this might change. But you can basically see the tree breakdown if you would like to. And then the Tabaxi Trailblazer, that is your iconic. It's going to start in Sharn, and you're going to start with 1 level of Monk. They say, passed down between generations of Tabaxi, the title of Trailblazer represents the Tabaxi's ability to always find a way forward. Like standard Tabaxi, they can gain the ability to negate falling damage, cat, makes sense, and move with quick burst of speeds. Tabaxi Trailblazers can gain True Seeing and gain defensive bonuses when they dodge and tumble. They also use expanded dexterity to excel with quarterstaves, gaining offensive bonuses with weapons and the ability to use trip to all nearby enemies. So yes, the iconic is a monk.
Mm-hmm. This one is a very quick monk.
Yes. It's like a kung fu monk.
As quickly as you can, snatch the pebble from my hand. When you take the pebble from my hand, it will be time for you to leave.
Snap the pebble,
A
grasshopper.
cat fu.
A cat foo. I like it. Cat foo. That's great. Yeah, if you thought Nomageddon was bad, wait until Catageddon. Or Tabaxi again. Catageddon. It's going to be terrible.
And the Catastrophe of DDO.
Going to be litter boxes everywhere. It's going to be mass hysteria. Mass hysteria, I tell you. The base Tabaxi Trailblazer stats is +2 to Dex. Once again, you get that feline agility as well. And then they get a unique set of quarterstaff attack animations just for the Tabaxi Trailblazer. We have a full set of videos. No, I'm sorry, we don't. Oh, yeah, we did. We were going to. I made them. Yeah, I jumped on Lamania during the content preview that I got in a day early. I was all excited. I was like, yeah, I'm going to get these videos done. We're going to have these up. It's going to be awesome. I previewed all this stuff. I did some pretty long videos on all of this. Looked at the Tabaxi, I looked at the Trailblazer, I looked at the pre-order items, I looked at some other stuff. It was amazing. I went to edit the videos, and all of my stuff was corrupted. So yeah, I have no idea what happened. I still don't know what happened. That has never happened to me before, so I don't know. Have to look at my game box to see what's going on with that. I got so mad, I just turned it off and was like, yeah, I'm done. So I did see that Axel did make a video, and Patrick over at DDO Cast, of course, had a video. So I'll link those in the show notes. Watch them and then pretend you watched our awesome video as well. Because I thought it was good, but maybe that's just me talking. But nobody will ever see it because technology hates me, apparently, I guess. So yeah, there you go. Update 53.2 preview on Lamania ending 4:15, which, as we record this, is tomorrow. So hurry if you're live. If not, you're gonna have to figure out how to go back in time. But once again, time, we've talked about it before. It's timey-wimey. It's complicated. It's, are you in the future? Are you in the past? Are you hearing me now? Are you hearing me then? It's complicated.
Right. Let's then head on to the store sales for this week. We actually have store sales?
We do have store sales. It's exciting because we can maybe talk about store sales again. It depends when we record the podcast, but the way things are going now, we probably can talk about store sales again. So the store sales started today, which is April 14th, and they end April 21st, so you got plenty of time. Now permanently available in the store is the Tome of Destiny +1 from the Feywild. You can find the Tome of Destiny +1 in the DDO store now as a permanent item. I know a lot of people ask about that. We talked to Tolero last week in the producer's interview we did about if that was ever going to come to the store. And she said, yes, soon. Well, soon is now. So there you go. And then for a limited time, you get a +2 racial action point tome. That is a +1 to +2 upgrade tome that is in the store through April the 21st. You can also mark your mark on the world. That's the sale this week. 20% off select marks, crafting success boosters, Canet essences. I cannot talk tonight. Collectible crates. What's new, right? Now through April the 21st. And our weekly coupon this week is a free medium Slayer count boost. I love that. Coupon code is SLAYIT. 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 That also conveniently is through April the 21st.
What a coincidence.
It's amazing how that works.
Then let's go and see what's coming in from the dungeon. D&D Direct is set to make a product announcements for WotC.
Yay, new stuff from WotC. We don't know what new stuff, but new stuff. Yeah, this is the first time they're doing this too. They usually do like a big 2-day live stream event where they have D&D games playing, and then in between games they bring people out, they announce their products. They're doing something different this year. They're calling it the D&D Direct. This is going to be a 30-minute special streaming event. It's going to take place on April the 21st at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So the 21st would be next Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific. Do the math for your time zone. You're going to be able to catch this over on both their Twitch and their YouTube channels. That's really all they said about this. They did have a little teaser video trailer for this. There was a lot of little small hints in the video. If you dissect the video, you can maybe get some hints about what's coming. The first thing you got is the movie script. You saw a movie script that said directed by, and that's really about all you could see because the camera moved by it pretty quick. So guessing some information about the upcoming Dungeons and Dragons movie. I would assume is what that is about. Also prominently featured is an Xbox controller. Guessing a video game announcement or two would be my assumption on that. And then the big thing that got everybody into a tizzy.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh my God, it's confirmed. No, it is not confirmed. We'll see next Thursday if it's confirmed or not. But they show a stuffed hamster. Of course, everybody sees the hamster and goes, Spelljammer confirmed. Maybe. Okay. Might be Boo the space hamster. Maybe. I don't know. Or it could be WotC is just trolling you all like they did on April 1st, which was hilarious, by the way.
Well, let's see. Oh, you mean April Trolls Day?
Yes. WotC did the ultimate troll, and I'm still dying laughing from it because it was directed at all the people that are waiting for Spelljammer. They basically said, people were pissed, but it was great. I loved it. So, yeah. Spelljammer maybe coming. I mean, all signs are pointing, yes, Spelljammer is coming. Because if you looked at the Unearthed Arcana that's coming out, it's all Spelljammer stuff. There's been a lot of other Spelljammer stuff. There's been some hints at Spelljammer in some other products. So sure, it might be coming, but we're not going to know for sure. But people got all up in a tizzy when they seen this little stuffed hamster in this video, and they were like, oh my God, they're going to announce Spelljammer. We'll find out.
We shall find out sooner or later.
Next Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific. We'll find out.
9 a.m. Okay, so now I know what time I'll forget.
There you go.
Let's then see. Wizards of the Coast acquires D&D Beyond.
Which this kind of came out of nowhere, and then it was kind of funny because I was reading some of people's thoughts on it on various places where people posted articles to this, and people were like, wait, what? They didn't already own this? Because you kind of thought they did because of everything that was on it, and it looks so much like a WotC branded product anyway. But yeah, they actually do not own this, but now they will. D&D Beyond is currently operated by the Entertainment Wiki Service Fandom, and they have announced that, yeah, Wizards of the Coast is going to buy that. Well, actually, Hasbro is going to buy them. Ergo, Wizards of the Coast will take ownership of them. I'm assuming that's how it's going to work. Hasbro is the one that's buying them, and then it's going to fall under Wizards umbrella in the Hasbro companies. I would assume that would only make sense since, it's D&D. In the press release, they said Hasbro is going to pay $146.3 million in cash, mind you, for D&D Beyond. $146.3 million in cash. Can't imagine just like say, hey, here's $146.3 million. Thanks for your stuff. Like, what the heck? That's insane. Hasbro, they were the ones that put the press release out, described it as a, quote, strategic acquisition, end quote.
Strategic acquisition.
That's definitely PR speak there.
Yeah, that sounds like PR speak.
It's going to add...
My company makes such a claim.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's PR speak 101 right there. It's going to add talent to the Wizards team and strengthen Hasbro's moves into digital tabletop gaming, which we have talked about this a lot, that they really, really, really are looking at digital tabletop gaming and digital gaming in general. That's one of the core things they are looking to do. If you're not familiar with what D&D Beyond is, it's a tool set for D&D. It lets you create characters. It lets you, as you're playing at the table, it lets you have your character sheet up, have access to all your spells, all of the stuff. All of the official books are able to purchase on D&D Beyond. The only bad thing is, which I don't understand why Wizards, well, I mean, I do understand why they do it because they like money, but you would think you would buy a hardcover book, you would get access to the digital version, right? No, that's not how it works. You have to buy the digital version too. And what really sucks about that is if you use D&D Beyond for your tabletop games, you have to buy the book on D&D Beyond. If you use Roll20 for your online games, you got to buy it on Roll20. What? You use Fantasy Grounds? Hey, you got to buy it over there again too. So Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'll just shut up and take my money 3 times. Yeah, pretty much. That's the only bad thing. But I've kind of messed around with D&D Beyond a little bit. It's really nice. It works really, really well. They also do a lot of videos and stuff. I linked their Twitch stream page and their YouTube page. They do a lot about like behind the scenes videos and stuff. So it's beyond just the tool set that it is. A lot of it is available for free. You can register a free account and get access to a lot of it. But then if you want access to more of it and a lot of the stuff, of course, you have to fork over a subscription. And I want to say it's like the cheapest subscription is like $4.99 a month, I think. So it's not horrible. The character creator alone is pretty awesome. If you want to just create D&D characters, it's really nice to use their character creator. So we'll see what this means beyond all of that, other than WotC owning these. Could this be WotC's first step into maybe a virtual tabletop of their own? Maybe. I mean, I could kind of want to see them maybe doing that. But then again, you would think they would just buy Roll20 or buy Fantasy Grounds and just envelope them into D&D Beyond, other than trying to create a new one. But I don't know. We'll see. Of course, this is undergoing regulatory review, as all things like this have to, but all signs are pointing to this. It's going to go through. There's really no big red flags for it as of now, from what all the industry experts are saying. Board of directors of Hasbro and board of directors of Fandom both have approved this, so they're just waiting for the regulatory thumbs up, and Hasbro will own D&D Beyond.
Then let's head into a different game this time other than D&D, and that is Dark Souls, the role-playing game, which is to be released in May. What do you think about Dark Souls?
I am super excited for this because I love the Dark Souls video game. Hardest freaking video game I've ever played. If you're not familiar with it, it's what started a whole genre of games called Souls-like. You're basically going in and everything is out to kill you, and the bosses are crazy hard. It's a crazy tough game. The new version of the game just came out. It's not really part of the Dark Souls, but it's a Souls-like game. It's called Elden Ring. That's the big game, video game right now. It's made by the same company that makes Dark Souls. So it's a Souls-like game. But yeah, this is from Steam Forge Games in partnership with Bandai Namco and also From Software. Those are the creators of the Dark Souls games. Dark Souls, a role-playing game, is a complete tabletop role-playing game of adventure, horror, and tactical combat. Inside this lavishly illustrated 500-page hardback core book, it is a big book. It's going to need everything to run your Dark Souls campaign in the Dark Souls universe. This is using, I love how they word this, the 5th edition engine of the world's favorite role-playing game. It's a very familiar system for experienced role players, but it's got a brand new Dark Souls twist. So, i.e., all the lawyer speak, they're using 5th edition rules for this.
Yes.
But they can't say that.
They can't say it.
So they're using the 5th edition open gaming license to do this. So this is 5e based. So if you're familiar with how 5e works, it's going to be based on that, so it should be pretty similar. They do say there's no additional handbooks that are going to be needed to play this. It's going to be an all-in-one game, so you just need the one book. So there's not going to be like which I'm assuming those are going to come out, though. I cannot see them not doing like a monster book and then a DM book and then an adventure book. And I mean, you know how it works by now, but so far they're saying you just need this book and you have everything that you need. But we'll see. There's going to be 10 character classes with all new abilities, sinister new character backgrounds, and more. There's going to be a brand new Dark Souls magic system. It's going to have devastating spells, pyromancies, and blessings. There is a full chapter developed just for the Game Master. So if you're the one that's going to run the game, it's going to give you everything that you need to know. And then it's going to have a bestiary, of course, teeming with deadly Dark Souls creatures, all waiting to end your quest for good, from mushroom people to the Lords of Cinder. So yeah, look for this 500-page hardcover book coming just pretty quick. in May. They didn't give an exact date in May, but soon, very, very soon. $49.95 MSRP, which is normal for a hardcore book. So yeah, I might have to get this. I might wait until Friendly Local Game Store gets it so I can page through it, but I'm pretty excited about this.
All right. You mentioned a game earlier. You said it was a Souls-like game. Do they really have an official genre called Souls-like?
Yes. All of the games that are in the Dark Souls, so Dark Souls 1, 2, 3. I can't think of the other 2 games that From Software did. And then Elden Ring they're all called Souls-like.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. And it's basically it derived from, I'm sure you heard of a roguelike game.
Oh yeah, because that's what I was wondering. I'm familiar with those. It
derived from the roguelike game. It just goes to describe any games that are like Dark Souls, a like game. So if you know what the Dark Souls video game is, if you say, oh yeah, it's a Souls-like, okay, you'll know exactly what you're getting into. You're going to die and die and die some more. And then just when you think you're not going to die, you're going to die.
Isn't that true with roguelikes also?
It's true. There's a lot of similarities, actually.
Okay. Then let's go and see what's going on the tabletop. Where apparently Betrayal at the House of the Hill is getting a 3rd edition. Did they just come out with a
3? They did not too long ago. I guess it was a while. We did a review on it, so I guess it was a while ago. But yes, Betrayal at House on the Hill, 3rd edition. We kind of hinted at it because Hasbro kind of hinted at it and said, this may be coming. Yeah, it's official. It's coming. I mean, everybody knew it was. It's not like we were like, what? You're doing a 3rd edition? Avalon Hill did officially announce it. It is currently up for pre-order over on the Hasbro Pulse site. So you can hop over there. I've linked it in the article over on the site. It's $55.99 is what it's going to set you back for the 3rd edition. Like earlier editions of the game, House on the Hill 3rd is a semi-cooperative game in which players explore a abandoned house in hope of solving the mysteries. Of course, during the course of the game, one player is going to be called on to be the betrayer, and you're going to betray the group. You're going to be the traitor, and then you're going to seek to undo everything that you helped to do in the first place.
Hold on. A traitor in a betrayal at the House of the Hill?
Exactly. It's like, what? There's a traitor? I never saw this coming. Yeah. New edition is going to include 50 scenarios for players to explore. New material that was not part of the earlier editions. 12 all new characters. It is also designed with new players in mind. It's got an updated artwork, rulebooks, playing materials that are going to help experienced players get into the game very quickly and easier. This does, just like previous editions, going to come with your Trader's Tome and your Secrets of Survival books. 3 to 6 players, ages 12 and up. Pretty much going to play like the other versions. They did say they were tweaking some things. I hope, beyond all hope, that they fix some of the broken scenarios that were in there, because there was a couple of the scenarios in the first 2 editions that were hopelessly broken. And every time I would play this, if that would be the scenario that we would pick, I'd be like, nope, we're picking again. We're not doing this one because it's just broken so bad. So I'm hoping they fix that. They didn't during the 2nd edition, but I guess we'll see. There's no timeline for delivery on this, but like I said, it is up for pre-order now. I'm sorry, they actually have a date now. Last time I looked, they didn't have a date. August 1st, actually, is the date.
August 1st. All right.
So they're saying approximately on August 1st. So
approximately.
I mean, things and stuff are happening in the world that might.
Okay. Yes. Okay. We could give them a 5 for that.
Supposedly August 1st, you'll be able to get this once again over on Hasbro Pulse, $55.99 for the pre-order price. Semi. I don't know. 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 S pretty excited for that. Still haven't decided if I'm going to order it or not. I might. I don't know. I have the other ones, so maybe. And I played a lot of the first edition, so maybe. We'll see.
We will have to see. And then let's head on what else is on the tabletop. Where Asmodee launches the Unbox Now board game label, where it looks like they are trying to highlight certain popular games so as to encourage people to take up the hobby.
Okay, that's a nice way of putting it. It's not how I was going to put it, but sure, we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
You had a more cynical way of putting it or something?
Yeah, I did. We'll go with what you said, because it's a lot nicer than I was about to be. Yeah, like you said, the Unbox label is going to feature 11 of the best-selling Asmodee games. Games under this label have won over 140 awards, and they are now here to introduce new players to the hobby, as you said. I can tell you if you'd like to hear how I was going to tell you what this was, but you can probably only imagine.
Yeah, I would presume that it would be a slightly pine leaf unfriendly.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very pine leaf unfriendly, but yeah, we'll just go with what you said. The head of Asmodee USA Distribution says with thousands of products to choose from, it can be overwhelming for consumers who are new to the board game hobby to know just which game is right for them. With Unbox Now, that question is an easy one to answer. You know, when you choose an Unbox Now game, it will be the best the industry has to offer, at least that Asmodee publishes. That was me adding that, by the way. They offer easy to learn and play games enjoyable for all ages. Games under the Unbox Now label include free access to the digital versions. So any of these games that you do purchase, you're going to get access to the digital versions over on Board Game Arena, which, imagine that, Asmodee owns.
Oh, what a shock.
Funny how that happened. Currently, the titles that are available under this new Unbox Now imprint, Catan, Rivals for Catan, Pandemic, Ticket to Ride Europe, Seven Wonders Duel, Carcassonne, Splendor, Dixit, and Azul. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that and just you can move on.
Then let's go and see what's on the screen. Where there's a trailer for season 4 of Stranger Things, and is there an iconic villain coming?
Are you ready for a Drac rant?
A Drac rant?
Because there's a Drac rant incoming.
Drac rant. I would assume then that the iconic villain then is not Dracula.
No. Yeah, there's a new villain in the Upside Down. The latest trailer for Stranger Things did recently hit the internet, and it confirmed some stuff that we knew, and then there's other stuff that we didn't know, and then there's some stuff that we're like, what the hell is going on right now? The mysterious creature that is the new villain of season 4 does say to our show's heroes that they've broken everything, and he promises their suffering is almost at an end. So as of now, we don't know anything about this villain. We don't know what his relationship is to the Upside Down, if he's the one that's controlling the Demigorgons, if he is the one doing stuff to the citizens of Hawkins. We don't know. We don't really know anything. We do know that the character was inspired by one of the most iconic Dungeons and Dragons villains ever. IGN had a interview with series creators Matt and Ross Duffer, and they did confirm to IGN the mysterious villain featured in the trailer. Who he was, well, they confirmed what his name is. His name is Vecna.
Vecna.
Mm-hmm. Is it the Vecna? We don't know. They didn't say. They just said his name is Vecna. They did say he was inspired by iconic movie villains such as Freddy Krueger, Pinhead, and Pennywise. And his name is Vecna.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I see.
No. Don't try to bring Vecna into this. Do not. Because you're only going to piss me off because you're going to screw it up. Because Vecna is like the ultimate evil and like the ultimate iconic hero for me. Yes, I did say hero. Notice I said hero. Vecna is my hero. I strive to be Vecna. And you're going to screw it up, Stranger Things. You're going to screw it up. We'll see. But like I said, they didn't say he was the Vecna. They just said his name was Vecna. So that leaves a lot open. The interesting thing is, though, I did take a little look just to see because I'm like, did they have to get permission to use the Vecna name? So I looked at the open source rules, and yeah, they did have to get permission to use it because Vecna's not included. So would they go as far to get that much permission if they're not going to base it on Vecna? I can't see them going through all the problems, going through WotC and say, hey, we want to use the name Vecna. It's not going to be Vecna, but we're going to call him Vecna just to screw with people. Are you cool with that? So, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, that is.
I'm just, oh God, no, don't. Just don't. I was excited when I watched this trailer, and then I seen IGN had that interview, and then I got unexcited real quick. Because I'm like, you're gonna screw this up and you're gonna piss me off. You kind of pissed me off in season 3 anyway. I wasn't the biggest fan of Stranger Things season 3. 1 and 2 were much better. 3 had its moments, but they kind of pissed me off in 3 a lot anyway. So you're really, really, really gonna make me mad if you screw Vecna up. So we'll see what they do.
All right. I'm going to assume that it's more likely to be related to the D&D character than it would be to the robotics company. So,
wow, that was the most piney thing you have ever said on the show.
Then let's go and let's see what we did in this week in gaming.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
Really?
I mean, at this point, do we have to do this every week? But yeah. No,
all right.
Just yeah.
Very well.
Things are not getting better for me. They're getting worse. So we'll just leave it at that.
Let's say in DDO, then I participated in the Wild Hunt. So I did a couple of quests relating to that. Then in ESO, I completed Somerset and I finished up the Southern Elsewhere stuff. But then it seems like that whenever you finish the second half of the story, they say, oh, yes, that's right. Now you got to tie up some loose ends at the other half that was just before this. So I'm sort of in that phase now. And the idea there is I'm trying to see how small I can get my quest log for when they release the June expansion in ESO so that I could enter in the story with as empty a quest log as possible.
Oh, okay.
And right now my quest log is down to 5, so it's not like it's an impossible task. It's not like I have to get rid of 20 quests or anything like that in order to do that. Then in Tabletop, I headed to the West Kingdom where I helped some architects and paladins and viscounts, and I guess those of course are three games put out by Garphill Games, the Architects of the West Kingdom, Paladins of the West Kingdoms, and Viscounts of the West Kingdom. So I was learning and playing those various games.
A lot of West Kingdom for you then.
Yeah, a lot of stuff in the West Kingdoms, and I was sort of getting pounded. So let's look at donations, where we currently have 13 supporters on Patreon. And if you'd like to help support DDO players, you can go to the Donations page to support the Players Alliance on Patreon. Your money will be used for podcast hosting, website hosting, and to pay for our live shows. And it looks like we have a featured comment on the Ninth Pond?
Yeah, from Ninth Pond.
From Ninth Pond.
Yeah, it was over on the Buffy the Vampire Slayer bundle holding post that we have over on the site. He says, you tell me about this. And then you tell me about the Gold Box game getting an enhanced release on Steam at the end of the month. You are a wallet assassin, sir. Again, you're welcome.
You said Gold Box games?
Yes, the Gold Box games are now on Steam. Enhanced versions. Go now.
I guess I don't know what the Gold Box games are.
Oh my God. Please tell me you were kidding. You're totally trolling me right now, right? Right? You're not trolling me right now.
I am. Let's see. Dungeons and Dragons Gold Box Classics. Okay.
Yeah. Secrets of Silver Blades, Curse of Azure Bonds. Ringing any bells? If you tell me no, Pineleaf, you're dead to me, Pineleaf.
I don't think I've done any of these.
Eye of the Beholder? No? Oh my God, you, Pineleaf, you're dead to me.
Oh, well.
Oh, you disappoint me so. I thought this was going to be the year when you weren't going to disappoint me for stuff like this, but yet, here we are.
Yes, I've managed it well.
Here we are. It took 14 days into the month of April for us to get here, but yet, here we are. Yeah, okay, go buy those on Steam right now and learn what I did with my childhood for many, many, many hours on my Commodore 64. If I would tell you how many hours I spent playing Curse of Azure Bonds, Secrets of the Silver Blades, and Pools of Darkness, your head would spin, and you would be like, you're a madman, sir. You're a madman.
I guess because I don't think I managed to get all the way through any of the D&D RPGs that I could remember.
Wow, I cannot.
I think I tried a couple of them, but I never managed to actually finish any.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Oh, well.
We've learned something new. Pineleaf.
I always run into a roadblock when I say, how do you
do.
get through here?
How do you do this, Pineleaf?
I don't know. It's a tradition, I guess. It's a tradition in our show.
It is. It is at this point. Totally.
Very well. Now, if you would like to email us, you could send it to podcast@ddoplayers.com. You can also follow us on Twitter. The Players Alliance at Players Ally, DDO Players at DDO Players, Draculetta at Dracula_72, and Pineleaf at Pineleaf Needles. The Players Alliance has 2 shows on Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We have Loach Players News, and we record DDO Players News when Drac is available. You can choose for our shows at ddoplayers.com/live. And that's all for tonight, and this is Pineleaf Needles reminding you to quest responsibly.